Hey, Mary.
Hi.
Tagger it.
Nah.
And no tag backs. That's the best part of the game.
I'm gonna get the cat.
In case it wasn't obvious, Mary and I just went to see Tag. This was actually Mary's second time seeing the film, so I'll let her talk about that in a moment. If you don't know about this movie, it is based on a true story, extrapolated heavily, I can tell, but that's okay, about a group of guys who have been playing the same game of tag since they were 9 years old, and they're now adults. They say 30 years in the film. I think it was 20-some years in the actual article, but 30 sounds more fun. And they meet up to play. They play every month of May, and they all live in different places throughout the country and travel around to each other and tag each other, and it's sort of how they keep in contact. And it actually ended up being a pretty heartwarming tale. And now there will just be a ton of spoilers, so if you don't want those, stop watching now. Oh, you're still here. Good. The movie is fantastic. Like, way miles better than I had anticipated it would be. And I laughed out loud for most of the film.
That's true.
It was really funny and very clever and really enjoyable. And Jeremy Renner is so hysterical. Actually, everyone in this film is great.
Yes.
Jack Johnson also puts on a phenomenal performance. And they do a series of, like, body cam
Those are my favorite shots in the movie.
when he's like running. So it's him like smoking a joint and running down a stairwell, and it's a body cam shot, and it's golden because it makes you like, it makes the scene look like you're high because of the weird slightly wide angle that you get from a body cam like that, and also because of the way the movement happens. What a great idea. Also saves on cameramen, which is why the credits are so short.
Super short.
So Mary has seen this movie twice, so seeing it the second time.
It was still just as good, and I was like, I knew it was coming, but it was still really funny. Like, I still laughed a lot, and some of, I laughed a little in anticipation because I knew what was about to happen, but it still was just as funny, even though I knew it was coming. It's great.
The thing that hit me out of left field, and I hadn't watched a lot of video except for the trailer for this film because that's all I needed to know that I have Movie Pass and I was gonna go see it. But the first moment that Jeremy Renner's character is actually interacting, Jerry, you get an inner monologue, and it's very similar to Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock Holmes, where he like talks through what his actions are going to be, and you sort of take things in slow motion. And it's that same sort of shot and that same sort of monologue, and that completely shocked me. I did not realize that was gonna happen, and I loved it. And then later, you get everyone's inner monologue, which was great.
Figured you would enjoy the hazelnut coffee.
Yes.
It's not a latte, but it's close enough.
Yeah. I appreciated basically every moment of this film. Even the miscarriage, which could be in poor taste, was like pushed so extreme that it became funny again.
Yeah.
It also helped that one of the characters, Jack Johnson's character, was like saying terrible things. And I don't know why that made it better, but it did make it better.
It just kind of was, he was monologuing what your inner thoughts were. Like, while the miscarriage is happening, you're somewhat like, because he doesn't believe it's real. And you're kind of, I kind of felt that way.
It wasn't real. Yeah.
It's like, Jerry's never been tagged. He's doing something big to get out of the situation.
Although I literally did think for a moment that the whole wedding was gonna be fake. Because that's what one of the characters mentioned at one point, and I was like, oh, what if that's true?
Yeah, he does compare it to The Truman Show, which I found funny because I was watching The Truman Show earlier today. And I forgot, I didn't even notice that he said that the first time around. But it is
Was there a moment that you noticed this time that you didn't notice the first time that you really enjoyed?
I noticed a lot of because I knew that the one character was dying. So I noticed a lot of the little things of like, because he was talking about we either tag him or die trying. And then they go into, well, that's extreme. He's like, oh, well, we're all going to die eventually. And like, but it's really, this is his last chance. He might not be alive next year. And that is not something that you would catch on to
the
first time around. And there were a couple moments in there like that of like, he's doing this because he's dying.
Ooh.
He has to do this. So it was neat.
Interesting. Yeah, it is. It does have heart going there because you get to the core of it, which is that one of the characters is dying, and that's why he really wanted to make this year special. And you see that even though these guys are completely insane and do the most insane things, there's chloroform and a fake bedroom set involved and Ewok style log traps. And still there's this like heart through it all that I really appreciated. Like somehow they can take this ridiculousness and still make you feel the feels.
Yeah.
And it was really sweet, and it made me miss friends that I had as a child. I definitely finished that movie and was like, man, I really want to talk to people that I knew as a kid. Why don't we play tag every year?
Yeah, well, the first time, leaving the first time I saw it with my friend Kevin, was instantly, he wanted to start a game of tag at work. And as we were leaving too, there were people who had been in that showing that were playing tag on the way out. So like you know what, it inspires your inner child.
It's gonna bring tag back for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they use a quote throughout the film. You don't quit playing because you grow old. You grow old because you quit playing.
Yes.
Which they attribute to Benjamin Franklin, which is
not true.
But that's fine, because la la la. I'm gonna make it believable. Yeah, so it does, I think, release those like endorphin feelings for me of like playing as a kid. And it reminds me a lot of the way that I felt in Actor's Voice in college, where we played Imagination Fun Time, where I was just like, how great is it to be a kid again? And like imagining that basically they spend a month out of every year being kids again, and like how that keeps people close.
Yeah.
And it was really nice. So, we recommend this movie.
Highly.
Yes, I will probably go see it again if I can talk Andrew into going. And I plan to either get my father to go on his own, or when it comes out digitally, we're gonna watch it together via Skype. It's really enjoyable. If you like comedies, go see this film. If you like Jeremy Renner, definitely go see this film. Yes. He's fantastic. It doesn't make up for the lack of Hawkeye in Avengers, but like close. And I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 stars.
I would probably agree. I really didn't. I thought it was going to be stupid funny, but it's really good funny.
Yep. This is a film that I think will become a cult classic. I can see it being the kind of film that people watch over and over and over. And it's clear too that it's not a huge budget film. It's really sort of, despite all of the ridiculousness, like a very down-to-earth premise, and also the way that it's shot and the way that it's created.
Yeah.
And it has a Jeremy Renner cover version of which is what no one needed. And with that,
yeah,
I'll see you tomorrow.